The sun went down behind the cotton fields. A cold wind blew through rusted wagon wheels. I packed my doubts in an old brown sack, left my hometown and never looked back. The preacher's bell was fading in the night. Mama stood crying underneath the porch light. 100 miles of gravel and regret, following a promise I ain't found yet. The road kept calling my name like a ghost I couldn't outrun. Black smoke rising across the sky, rolling like a warning as the years roll by. Every mile I travel, every tear I've known, still can't find a place to call my own. Black smoke rising higher every day, carrying my sins somewhere far away. But no matter where these old wheels roam, that black smoke always leads me home. Worked the rail yards down in Arkansas, played old blues for strangers in smoky bars. Met a girl with eyes like summer rain. She kissed my lips, then boarded a train. I watched her fade into the midnight haze, another memory lost in the grave. The whistle cried like a wounded soul and left another hole I couldn't control. The night kept speaking my name like a debt I still had to pay. Black smoke rising across the sky, rolling like a warning as the years roll by. Every mile I travel, every tear I've known, still can't find a place to call my own. Black smoke rising higher every day, carrying my sins somewhere far away. But no matter where these old wheels roam, that black smoke always leads me home. Now the years sit heavy on my back, like coal dust settling on railroad tracks. I've chased freedom through every state line, but some old ghosts never stay behind. The engine burns, the darkness glows, there's only one road left to go. Black smoke rising through the pouring rain, calling me back where it all began. The fields, the church, the porch light glow, waiting where the southern rivers flow. Black smoke rising one last time tonight, disappearing slowly in the pale moonlight. And when my journey finally comes to rest, I follow that smoke back home at last. Black smoke rising through the Tennessee night. Black smoke rising, leading me toward the light. The river was calm that July evening, golden light fading on the muddy shore. She laughed Said she'd never seen the sky so wide before. We were young and full of foolish promises, talking about a house beyond the cotton fields. The world felt small beneath the southern sunset, like every broken thing could somehow heal. Then the wind began to change, and the clouds rolled in from the west. The river took my baby that night, pulled her away beneath the pale moonlight. I called her name till my voice ran dry, but the water never gave a reply. The river took my baby from my arms, left me alone with these old scars. And every time the dark clouds roll above, I remember the flood that stole my love. For days I walked those muddy river banks, searching every bend and fallen tree. The sheriff said I ought to stop my looking, but hope ain't something easy to leave. Her red scarf hung upon a broken willow, caught between the branches and the rain. The only trace the current left behind her, like a photograph washed free of its frame. Every night I hear her voice, drifting somewhere through the reeds. The river took my baby that night, pulled her away beneath the pale moonlight. I called her name till my voice ran dry, but the water never gave a reply. The river took my baby from my arms, left me alone with these old scars. And every time the dark clouds roll above, I remember the flood that stole my love. Now the years have settled like dust on my coat. The town has changed and the children have grown, but some wounds stay open beneath the surface, like deep dark water nobody knows. Sometimes I stand where we used to wander and watch the moonlight dance across the tide. Wonder if she sees the same stars somewhere on the other side. The river took my baby that night, but her memory still burns inside my mind. Though the current carried her far away, part of her remains with me today. The river took my baby from this land, but I still feel the touch of her hand. And when they lay me down beneath the pines, I'll cross that river and make her mine. Care River keeps rolling through the darkness and the years. The river keeps rolling, carrying my prayers. The river took my baby, but not the love we shared. suitcase worn out and borrowed dream. Mama waved from the kitchen window while the church bells echoed down the street. The highway stretched like a promise waiting, past fields of gold and telephone lines. I thought freedom lived beyond the horizon, just a few more miles down the line. So I kept moving west with the sun upon my back. Got dust on my shoes and a hole in my heart, chasing tomorrow but falling apart. Every town looks different, every boss sings the blues, but I still carry yesterday's truth. Dust on my shoes, dust in my soul, a restless man on a long dirt road. No matter how far these old wheels roll, there's a part of me that never left home. Work long nights at a roadside diner, played my guitar for $1 or $2. Met a girl with a smile like summer and eyes that made the whole world new. For a while I thought I'd found my answer, a reason to finally settle down. But the train she boarded kept on moving and disappeared beyond the edge of town. The whistle cried goodbye and I was alone again. Got dust on my shoes and a hole in my heart, chasing tomorrow but falling apart. Every town looks different, every boss sings the blues, but I still carry yesterday's truth. Dust on my shoes, dust in my soul, a restless man on a long dirt road. No matter how far these old wheels roll, there's a part of me that never left home. Now the years sit heavy on my shoulders, like the dust that settles on an old four-door. I've learned some roads don't lead to answers, they're just lessons scattered on the floor. The moon still shines on forgotten highways, and the wind still calls my name. But I finally know what I've been searching for was never far away. Got dust on my shoes but peace in my heart. The miles taught me who you really are. Every town I wandered, every lonely room led tapping slow against my window pane. Your suitcase stood beside the front door before you ever spoke my name. You said the fire had burned to ashes and love ain't always built to last. Then you walked into the darkness, leaving nothing but the past. Now the clock keeps ticking louder in this empty house tonight. 6 long nights and I still can't sleep. Your memory runs too deep. Every shadow looks like you somehow, standing in the doorway mouth. 6 long nights of whiskey and blues, wearing holes in these old shoes. Since you left and said goodbye, I've been counting tears instead of time. Tuesday found me at the riverbank, watching muddy water drift away. Wednesday in a smoky tavern, trying hard to drink your ghost away. Thursday brought another sunrise, but the pain refused to fade. Friday's moon hung cold above me, like a debt I couldn't pay. Every road leads back to you, no matter where I roam. 6 long nights, and I still can't sleep. Your memory runs too deep. Every shadow looks like you somehow, standing in the doorway now. 6 long nights of whiskey and blues, wearing holes in these old shoes. Since you left and said goodbye, I've been counting tears instead of time. Saturday arrived with silence, like a preacher at the final prayer. I found your picture in the kitchen drawer and realized you're no longer there. The hurt still lingers in the corners, but the storm is passing through. And for the first time since you left me, I can see beyond the blue. 6 long nights taught me how to stand with a broken heart and trembling hands. Every scar became a lesson learned from every bridge I watched burn. 6 long nights, now the dawn breaks through, and the world feels somehow new. I'll carry the love we left behind, but I won't spend forever losing mine. 6 long nights beneath the cold moonlight. 6 long nights, and now the morning shines. 6 long nights, but I'll be alright. I was 17 when the harvest failed. The fields turned brown beneath the office sun. Daddy's hands were worn from years of labor, but there wasn't enough work for anyone. Mama hid her tears behind a smile as she patched my coat beside the stove. She said, son, this town can't feed us all now. So I packed my bag and hit the road. The train rolled south before daylight, and I watched my home fade from sight. Like a cold wind from Arkansas, I was blown where I didn't belong, chasing dollars through distant towns, trying to stay strong. Every mile carried their hopes and prayers in the pockets of my worn
my back gave way. Spent my nights in cheap motel rooms, writing letters I could barely pay to make. Mama said the roof was still leaking. My little brother needed shoes for school. So I picked up every job I could find, no matter how hard or cruel. Some nights I wanted to come home, but home needed me gone. Like a cold wind from Arkansas that was blown where I didn't belong, chasing dollars through distant towns, trying to stay strong. Every mile carry their hopes and prayers in the pockets of my horn are closed. Like a cold wind from Arkansas, I kept moving wherever life blows. Neon lights and factory smoke against the sky. I missed birthdays, Christmas morning, and watched my youth roll slowly by. But every check I sent back home put food upon the table there, and every sacrifice I carried was lighter knowing they were cared for. Like a cold wind from Arkansas, that thunder car I've wandered long through lonely highways and railroad towns just to help them carry on. Now the fields are green and the debts are gone, and my little brother's fully grown. Like a cold wind from Arkansas, that it's finally time to bring me home. The train keeps singing down the line, but tonight I'm headed home, past the rivers and the pines, back to the people I love, like where I could roam. The neon sign was flickering weakly outside a bar on County Line Road. I walked in carrying yesterday's troubles and a heart too heavy for one man alone. The jukebox played an old sad number while smoke hung low beneath the lights. Then she walked in wearing a red dress and turned every head in sight. For a moment I believed luck had finally found my name. Now I'm singing these broken bottle blues, sweeping up the pieces, me and you, like shattered glass across the floor. Nothing fits together anymore. Broken bottle blues, that's all I know. A lonely song where the cold winds blow. One careless night, one last goodbye left me with these broken bottle blues tonight. For 6 short weeks we burned like fire, dancing till the break of dawn. She said forever came easy to her, but forever wasn't very long. One Friday night I found a letter folded neatly by the bed. Don't come looking, I'm already gone, was all the farewell said. Then I heard the screen door slam and silence filled the room. Now I'm singing these broken bottle blues, sweeping up the pieces, me and you, like shattered glass across the floor. Nothing fits together anymore. Broken bottle blues, that's all I know. A lonely song where the cold winds blow. One careless night, one last goodbye left me with these broken bottle blues. but some lessons take their time. So I'm living with this broken bottle blues, the kind that leave a scar on you, like shattered dreams beneath your feet, a bitter taste you can't defeat. Broken bottle blues, but I'll survive another lonely Saturday night. The bottle broke, the girl moved on, but this old heart keeps rolling like the jukebox fades, the barroom empties slow. One more dollar, one more song before I go. Broken bottle blues, that's the only tune I know.
The whistle cried through the morning fog as I stood beside the loading line with a worn-out coat and a cardboard suitcase, waiting by track number 9. The foreman said there was work in Dallas if a man didn't mind the grind. So I kissed mama on the forehead and left my hometown far behind. The train pulled out so slow, like it knew what I was leaving behind. Lonely track number 9, where dreams and goodbyes intertwine. A one-way ticket in my hand to a life I couldn't yet understand. Lonely track number 9, still running circles through my mind. Every road I've traveled since leads back to where it all began. I worked the mills and freight depot from Arkansas to Tennessee. Sent every spare dollar homeward for the family depending on me. Then one night in a roadside diner, I met a girl named Caroline. She said she'd wait forever for me beneath the station's faded sign. But forever's a fragile thing when distance steals your time. Lonely track number 9, where dreams and goodbyes intertwine. One-way ticket in my hand to a life I couldn't yet understand. Lonely track number 9, still running circles through my mind. Every road I've traveled since leads back to where it all began. Years roll by like passing boxcars, each one carrying another season away. Daddy's hair turned white as winter, and my little brother found his way. Then came a letter from Mama saying, son, it's time you came back home. The debts are gone, the fields are growing, you don't have to carry us alone. Lonely track number 9, the place where I crossed that line. From a boy with nothing but hope to a man who learned how evening sky. The same old station, the same old line. But tonight the journey ends at lonely track number 9.
I left Memphis on a summer morning with a guitar case and a restless soul, chasing bright lights beyond the river, certain I was meant for something more. I played the bars from Texas to Tulsa, slept in motels with peeling pain. Every town promised gold tomorrow, but tomorrow always came too late. Now the road feels longer than before, and the stars don't shine the same. I'm walking back to Memphis tonight with dusty boots and tired eyes, carrying every lesson I learned from every bridge I watched burn. Walking back to Memphis again, where my story began and ends. I've been everywhere but home. Now I'm walking back to Memphis alone. There was a girl down on Beale Street who swore she'd never let me go, but I traded love for endless highways and left her standing in the glow. Years went by like freight trains passing, one by one they disappeared. Now her memory rides beside me through the silence and the years. Every mile brings back a name I thought I'd left behind. I'm walking back to Memphis tonight with dusty boots and tired eyes, carrying every lesson I learned from every bridge I watched burn. Walking back to Memphis again, where my story began and ends. I've been everywhere but home. Now I'm walking back to Memphis alone. The Mississippi rolls just like it used to, beneath the moon's pale silver glow, and every street holds a piece of my past, waiting where the old winds blow. Maybe the diner still stays open late, maybe the jukebox still plays our song. Maybe some things are gone forever, but maybe I've been gone too long. I'm walking back to Memphis tonight, the city shining in the distance light. No more running from who I am, no more chasing a broken plan. Walking back to Memphis at last, making peace with the years gone past. The road took much, but now I know home was the place I needed most. Walking back to Memphis under a southern sky. Walking back to Memphis, where the river never says goodbye. Walking back
The county road runs through the pine, past the church and the old grain store. Every mile holds a memory of the life I knew before. Daddy worked those fields till sunset. Mama prayed by the kitchen light. I was young and full of the wild dream, certain I had to leave that life. So I chased the horizon westward, where the city lights would glow. At the end of County Road, where the tall grass bends and the cold wind blows, that's where my heart still waits for me. Beneath those old oak trees. The world was wide, but now I know some things you never outgrow, no matter how far I roam. The end of County Road feels like home. I spent years riding freight trains southbound, playing songs in smoke-filled rooms, worked long nights beneath factory chimneys, watched the seasons pass too soon. There was a girl in Louisiana who said she'd follow where I go, but I love the road more than tomorrow, and one day she let me go. Now the highways feel empty, and the silence speaks too loud. At the end of County Road, where the tall grass bends and the cold wind blows, that's where my heart still waits for me. Beneath those old oak trees. The world was wide, but now I know some things you never outgrow, no matter how far I roam. The end of County Road feels like home. Last week the rudder came from Mama, written in her trembling hand. She said, son, your father's getting older, and the farm could use your hands. I read those words beneath the street lamp as midnight settled on the town, and for the first time in a long while, I knew where I was bound. At the end of County Road, past the river where the muddy water flows, the porch lights shining through the dark,
neon sign was humming softly above a bar on Beale Street Lane. The last few drunks were nursing whiskey, trying to outrun yesterday's pain. I sat alone beside the jukebox with a photograph worn thin with time. Your smile still shining from the paper, like the night you used to be mine. The clock struck 12 and the memories came alive. After midnight, when the world slows down and the lonely hearts come wandering around, I still hear your footsteps crossing the floor like you're walking through that old bar door. After midnight, when the shadows grow long and the jukebox plays our favorite song, I raise my glass to what we used to be. After midnight, it's just your ghost and me. You left town on a cold December morning, chasing dreams somewhere up north. Said you couldn't keep on waiting for a man always heading back and forth. I promised I'd come find you someday, once I got my life in line. But the years roll by like freight trains, leaving promises behind. Now every whistle in the distance sounds like your goodbye again. After midnight, when the world slows down and the lonely hearts come wandering around, I still hear your footsteps crossing the floor like you're walking through that old bar door. After midnight, when the shadows grow long and the jukebox plays our favorite song, I raise my glass to what we used to be. After midnight, it's just your ghost and me. Tonight the bartender told me you came through here last spring. He said you looked happy and you smiled when somebody mentioned my name. For a moment I could almost see you stand beneath the neon light. Then the song ended and the room went quiet and I was alone with the night. After midnight, I finally understand. Some loves are never meant to last, but they leave their mark upon your soul long after they've become the path to the midnight. I don't curse your name, and I don't regret the years we knew. The night keeps moving toward the morning, and I carry the best of you. After midnight, where Sally fades away. After midnight, the memories softly stay. After midnight, until the break of day. I first saw Mary Lou one summer evening by the river where the willow shadows lay. She was humming to an old transistor radio while the sunset painted gold across the bay. She laughed when I stumbled on my first hello. Said, boy, you look like you've been lost all day. From that moment, every road I traveled seemed to lead me back her way.
The whole town knew her name, and I carried it like a song. Oh, Mary Lou, won't you stay a while? Light up this old world with that southern smile. Every dream I ever knew starts and ends with you. And Mary Lou, don't let go tonight. Hold me close beneath the pale moonlight. If tomorrow comes too soon, I'll still be loving you, Mary Lou. We spent our Saturdays down at the diner, sharing milkshakes and talking till closing time, making plans about a little white house and a porch swing beneath the climbing vines. But life don't always follow good intentions. Trouble came when the factory closed. I had to leave and find work for the westward, with nothing but hope to guide the road. She held my hand at the station and tried her best not to cry. Oh, Mary Lou, won't you stay a while? Light up this old world with that southern smile. Every dream I ever knew starts and ends with you, Mary Lou. Don't let go tonight. Hold me close beneath the pale moonlight. If tomorrow comes too soon, I'll still be loving you, Mary Lou. The years roll by like passing freight trains. Letters crossed 1,000 miles of land. Some got lost between the seasons, but never the promise we've made. Then one spring I finally came home with tired eyes and withered hands. And there she stood beside the old station, waiting exactly where we'd planned. Oh, Mary Lou, I've come home at last, through every storm and every year that's passed. Every road I wandered through was leading back to you, Mary Lou. Take my hand tonight. The porch lights glowing warm and bright. Now the waiting days are through. Forever starts with you, Mary Lou. The river still rolls beneath the moon. The diner closes just past 2, and the town sleeps peacefully tonight beside my sweet Mary Lou.
The blue moon above the river, like a lantern in the Tennessee sky. I was sitting on the dock at midnight, watching another freight train roll by. The summer air was thick with memories, and the water carried whispers from the past. Every ripple brought your name back to me like a dream that never seemed to last. Some hearts move on with the seasons, mine stayed where you said goodbye. Blue moon shining over me tonight. Tell me where she is beneath your silver light. Does she ever think about those days gone by? Or has time carried us both downstream tonight?
If you see her somewhere far beyond the pines, tell her I'm still looking at the same blue moon tonight. We were young beneath these very stars, making promises beside the county line. You said we'd leave this little town together and chase the world until the end of time. Then the factory gates were locked one morning and hard times settled on the land. You headed north to find a future while I stayed behind to help my family stand. The years kept turning like old wheels, but some things never changed. Blue moon shining over me tonight, tell me where she is beneath your silver light. Does she ever think about those days gone by? Or has time carried us both downstream tonight? Blue moon hanging lonely in the dark, you're the keeper of 1,000 broken hearts. If you see her somewhere far beyond the pines, tell her I'm still looking at the same blue moon tonight. Last week I found an old photograph folded inside a weathered book. There we stood beside the riverbank with forever written in our look. I smile instead of feeling sorrow for the first time in many years. Some loves aren't meant to stay beside you, but they never disappear. Blue moon shining softly through the night, you've watched us lose and you've watched us fight. Though the road divided what we dreamed we'd be, you still carry those memories. Blue moon hanging high above the trees, you taught this restless heart to find some peace. And if she's somewhere underneath your glow tonight, I hope she's smiling at the same blue moon tonight. Blue moon, oh, the river bends. Blue moon, old faithful friend. The train rolls on, the years drift by, but you're still there in the southern sky.
I was 18 with a second-hand suitcase, $3 folded in my warm blue jeans, standing by the station at sunrise with a head full of plans and impossible dreams. Daddy said, son, life won't be easy. Mama prayed as I climbed aboard. I wasn't chasing fame or fortune, just a reason for the life the good Lord gave me for. The train rolled south through fields of cotton, and I watched my hometown disappear. $3 and a dream in my hand, trying to leave something behind when I leave this land. I meant something to somebody. I worked the rail yards and the factories, swept old floors and loaded heavy freight, sent money home whenever I could spare it, helping my family keep the wolves away. Some men chase gold, some chase glory, some got lost inside the bottle's flame. But every stranger I could lend a hand to made me feel I wasn't here in vain. The years moved faster than the highways, but my purpose stayed the same. $3 and a dream in my hand, trying to leave something behind when I leave this land. I don't need a mansion, I don't need a crown, just to lift somebody up before I'm laid down. $3 and a dream, that's all I own. A restless heart and a long dirt road. And when my final day comes calling me, I hope I meant something to somebody. Mistakes and missed some chances, but I never stopped trying to do right. If one child remembers my kindness, or one family stands because I care, then every mile and every sacrifice was worth the weight I carried there. A million stars. I never became rich, I never became known, but I helped a few hearts carry their load. $3 and a dream, and now I see a good life ain't measured by what you keep. When the curtain falls and the lights grow dim, may they say I live for more than me. $3 and a dream, that's all it took to start a lifetime chasing meaning with an honest heart. And when the good Lord calls my name, I leave this world with peace. Every morning at 7:15, the bell would ring above the door. Coffee brewing, bacon just like 100 days before. Truckers gathered at the counter, talking weather, crops, and time. Then she'd walk in with a pencil and a smile, and somehow brighten every mind. She knew every name by heart and every story in this town. Peggy at the diner, pouring coffee black, keeping tired souls together on that old highway track, with a jukebox playing softly and the sunrise in her eyes. Peggy at the diner made ordinary days feel right. No diamond rings, no spotlights shining bright, just a small town angel working through the night. Everybody had a reason to stop by for Peggy at the diner. Oh, Mr. Turner sat in booth 11 since his wife passed on last spring. Never said much more than morning, till Peggy got him talking again. She'd leave a slice of pie beside him, claiming somebody paid ahead. Oh, everybody in that diner knew she bought it herself instead. Some folks build their legacy one small kindness at a time. Peggy at the diner, pouring coffee black, keeping tired souls together on that old highway track, with a jukebox playing softly and the sunrise in her eyes. Peggy at the diner made ordinary days feel right. No diamond rings, no spotlight shining bright, just a small town angel working through the night. Everybody had a reason to stop by for Peggy at the diner. Then one winter she stopped showing up, and the counter felt strangely bare. The coffee tasted just the same, but something important wasn't there. A handwritten note hung on the doorway saying she finally chased her dream, opening a bakery down in Nashville with recipes her grandma gave to her. And everybody smiled while reading it, though they wished she'd never gone. Peggy at the diner, she still talked about today. Whenever someone helps a stranger or brightens up the day, the jukebox keeps on playing and the highway rolls along. But her kindness lingers in every song. No movie star, no headline in the news, just someone who cared more than she had to. And that's why every traveler passing by still remembers Peggy at the diner. The bell still rings above the door, the coffee still pours every day, and somewhere down in that Asheville, Peggy's baking dreams her own way.
station clock read 7:30 as the evening sun sank low. I bought a ticket with my last few dollars to the town where my baby had to go. She left last spring for New Orleans to help her mama through hard times there. We promised we'd ride and keep believing, but paper hearts are hard to hold from far away. Every mile between us felt like years, and I was tired of missing her smile. On a southbound freight train, rolling through the night, carrying my heart beneath the pale moonlight. Steel wheels singing like a sweet refrain, taking me back to my girl again. Southbound freight train, don't slow down tonight. I waited long enough to make this ride through every storm and every pouring rain. I'm riding home on a southbound freight train, past cotton fields and river crossings, through little towns asleep in the dark. I held her last letter in my jacket pocket, reading every line like a map to my heart. She wrote, meet me where the station lantern shines beside the old oak tree. Those words kept burning like a beacon every time doubt came looking for me. The whistle cried across the valley, and the dawn began to rise. On a southbound freight train, rolling through the night, carrying my heart beneath the pale moonlight. Steel wheels singing like a sweet refrain, taking me back to my girl again. Southbound freight train, don't slow down tonight. I waited long enough to make this ride through every storm and every pouring rain. I'm riding home on a southbound freight train. As the morning painted gold on the horizon, the train eased slowly into town. There she stood beside the platform, in that blue dress I remembered now. For a moment, the whole world vanished. No engines, no tracks, no passing time. Just her eyes meeting mine, like they never stopped waiting. That southbound freight train brought me to her side. After all the lonely nights and miles, the steel wheels carried more than a man. They carried every bullet we flying. Southbound freight train, your journey is through. You brought me back to the one I knew, and as I held her in the morning rain, I thank the Lord for the southbound freight train. The whistle fades into the southern sky. The tracks stretch on beyond the pines, but I'm not chasing distant roads tonight. I found what I came to find on a southbound freight train. You came home around 3 in the morning, smelling like cheap perfume and lies. Wouldn't look me straight in the eye, just kept staring at the floorboards tonight. I've heard the rumors all over town, seen the whispers when your name came up, but I kept giving
and second chances long after I'd had enough. Now the truth is standing in this room and there's nothing left to hide. So shut that fucking door on your way out. I heard every excuse you're talking about. Take your broken promises and your alibis. I'm done believing every damn lie. Shut that fucking door, let the silence fall. Don't leave another shadow on these walls. You made your choice, now I'm making mine. Shut that fucking door and leave me behind. Remember when we painted this old kitchen, talking about the years we'd spend right here? Now the pictures hanging in the hallway feel like souvenir from another life, my dear. You say people make mistakes sometimes, and maybe that's the truth, I guess. But betrayal ain't an accident, it's a road you choose one step at a time, no less. And I'm tired of carrying the love you threw away so easily. So shut that fucking door on your way out. I've heard every excuse you're talking about. Take your broken promises and your alibis. I'm done believing every damn lie. Shut that fucking door, let the silence fall. Don't leave another shadow on these walls. You made your choice, now I'm making mine. Shut that fucking door and leave me behind. Tomorrow morning the sun will rise over this little town the same. The hurt will stay for a little while, but it won't always burn this way. One day your memory will be nothing but dust floating through the light, and this house will finally feel like mine again tonight. So shut that fucking door for the very last time. Take your regrets and leave them outside. I gave you everything I had to give. Now I'm gonna learn how to live. Shut that fucking door, hear it slam. Like the end of everything we planned. The chapter's over, the story's done. And for the first time, I've already won. The screen door rattles in the wind. Your footsteps fade beyond the yard, and somewhere in the distance a lonely train rolls through the dark. Shut that fucking door and don't come back.
Crowd rolled in nice and slow. Billy Joe showed up in a rusty pickup, claiming he was Jackson's biggest star. 5 minutes later he tripped on the sidewalk and spilled his beer across the bar. Everybody laughed so hard, even Billy had to grin. It's a Saturday night in Jackson, ain't nobody acting right. Some fool's yelling and hell yeah brother at the top of his lungs all night. The band's too loud, the beer ain't cold, and somebody stole my damn bar stool again. It's a Saturday night in Jackson, and we're doing it all over again. cowboy tried his fancy two-step and crashed straight into Earl's guitar. Earl stood up and shouted, laughing, "Well, ain't that some stupid crap?" The cowboy shrugged and raised his whiskey, said, "Guess I invented a new dance step." The whole room nearly lost its mind from laughing way too hard. It's a Saturday night in Jackson. Ain't nobody acting right. Some fool's yelling, "Hell yeah, brother," at the top of his lungs all night. The band's too loud, the beer ain't cold, and somebody stole my damn bar stool again. It's a Saturday night in Jackson, and we're doing it all over again. Around midnight, the sheriff stopped by just to see what all the noise was for. Then his cousin challenged him to dance, and they both slid halfway across the floor. The sheriff laughed and tipped his hat, said, "Oh, hell, carry on." So the band played louder than before, till at the first hint of dawn. It's a Saturday night in Jackson, where the crazies come alive. Somebody's singing off-key Elvis like he's headling a trip to pride. The coffee's hot, the stories grow, and nobody really wants to go home. It's a Saturday night in Jackson, where every fool feels like a king on a throne. The neon fades, the sun comes up. Billy Joe's sleeping in his truck. Earl's still looking for that guitar pick, and somebody finally found my damn bar stool. Saturday night in Jackson. What a beautiful message.
She's a 30-mile Ford with a crooked front bumper, paint peeling off like an old sunburn. The driver's door needs a good hard shoulder, and the engine coughs before it starts to turn. My buddies keep telling me to scrap her, that heap ain't worth a rusty dime. I tell them, hell, she still got character, though she breaks down every other damn time. She rattles, shakes, and leaks a little oil, but she's got stories money can't buy. My old Ford Coupe, what a stubborn piece of junk. She drinks more gas than a sailor on a month-long drunk. Every mile's a gamble, every trip's a fight, but somehow she gets me home most nights. Oh, Ford Coupe, held together by luck and glue, and language my mama never wanted me to use. She ain't pretty, she ain't fast, but she
damn thing started right up on the first try. I swear that car enjoys embarrassing me every chance she gets. My old Ford coupe, what a stubborn piece of junk. She drinks more gas than a sailor on a month-long drunk. Every mile's a gamble, every trip's a fight, but somehow she gets me home most nights. Old Ford coupe, held together by luck and glue, and language my mama never wanted me to use. She ain't pretty, she ain't fast, but she's true. God bless that old Ford coupe. One night outside Jackson County, the headlights died in pouring rain. I smacked the dashboard and said a few words that make a preacher faint in shame. Then the lights came back like magic, and the radio started playing too. I looked at Jenny and she looked at me like, what the hell did you just do? My old Ford coupe, you're a mechanical disgrace. Got more dents than paint left on your face. The seats smell funny, the horn gets stuck in the transmission shifts whenever it feels like it. Damn luck. Oh, Ford coupe, someday you'll finally quit, and I'll probably cry like an idiot. 'Cause after all the breakdowns we've been through, your family now, old Ford coupe. The muffler's hanging, the bumper's bent, the speedometer lies every chance it gets, and somehow, she's still rolling down the road. Come on, girl, don't die on me now. Not again. Friday night in Miller's Diner, we on buzzing in the summer heat. The jukebox rattled out a rock and roller while everybody stomped their feet. I was leaning by the pinball machine, trying hard to look cool somehow. Then you walked in wearing red lipstick and damn near shut the whole place down. I spilled my Coke across the counter, trying not to stare too long. Kiss me by the jukebox, honey, don't be shy, before some loudmouth cowboy gives it one more try. The band's too drunk, the floor's a mess, and Earl just ripped his Sunday best. Kiss me by the jukebox while the records play, before this crazy town blows itself away. Tonight's too good to let it pass us by, so kiss me by the jukebox tonight. Then Jimmy Ray came acting tough, claiming every girl in town was his. You rolled your eyes and muttered softly, well, ain't that some arrogant bullshit? The whole room burst out laughing. Jimmy nearly choked on his beer. Even the bartender lost it and wiped away a happy tear. You grabbed my hand and pulled me closer while the jukebox played our song. Kiss me by the jukebox, honey, don't be shy, before some loudmouth cowboy gives gives it one more try. The band's too drunk, the floor's a mess, and Earl just ripped his Sunday best. Kiss me by the jukebox while the records play, before this crazy town blows itself away. Tonight's too good to let it pass us by, so kiss me by the jukebox tonight. Somebody knocked over a table, and somebody else lost a boot. The sheriff walked in shaking his head, saying, "What the hell are you fools doing?" The drummer missed an entire verse, the piano player dropped his drink, but somehow everything got louder and better than you'd think. Kiss me by the jukebox, honey, one more time, while the moon hangs lazy and the stars still shine. Let the whole damn town talk all week long, or give them something to put in a song. Kiss me by the jukebox, don't let go tonight, with the neon glowing soft and bright. If this old world falls apart tomorrow, at least we danced away the sorrow. The record skips, the lights burn low. Jimmy Ray's asleep beneath the table. The sheriff finally gave up trying. And somewhere between the laughter and the music, you kissed me by the jukebox. And damn, it was worth every second.
The sun went down behind the river, and the city lit up red and gold. A warm breeze drifted through Memphis, hearing stories the blues men told. I had $1 in my pocket, and my old guitar across my back, and no plans beyond the neon glow and the rhythm of the railroad tracks. The night was young, and the music called my name. We're rocking on Beale Street tonight, under neon dreams and electric light. The piano's rolling, the guitar's hot, everybody dancing, giving all they got. Rocking on Beale Street till the morning comes, to the sound of 6 strings and a bass drum. Leave your troubles at the door and let them fade away. We're rocking on Beale Street tonight. Down the block, a singer named Rosie was tearing through a heartbreak tune. The crowd was swaying arm in arm beneath the glow of a silver moon. A businessman forgot his words, a truck driver bought another round, and for a few sweet hours together, nobody cared where they came from. The blues brought strangers together, and the rock and roll kept them there. We're rocking on Beale Street tonight, under neon dreams and electric light. The piano's rolling, the guitar's hot, everybody dancing, giving all they got. Rocking on Beale Street till the morning comes, to the sound of 6 strings and a bass drum. Leave your troubles at the door and let them fade away.
a shuffle, the crowd stomped louder than before, and the whole street felt alive like it was shaking to its core. We're rocking on Beale Street tonight, where the blues and the rock collide. The old songs live in every brick, and every heartbeat catches the kick. Rocking on Beale Street one more time, with a little soul and a little shine. When the sun comes up, we'll all go home, but tonight this street is ours alone. The neon flickers, the last train rolls, a saxophone cries from down the block, and somewhere in the Memphis night, another song is born.